Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah. So this is day 11, is it? 12, is it? Today?
12, 12. Yeah.
Okay. So I will share a couple of practice questions that you can practice. Okay.
Yeah.
So here, let me share this thing. What is that? Yeah, generators. So single line for loops. So it should be like this. I for I in range of 0 to 100. Okay. So you can add it to a variable. Just a minute. Data is equal to data. Yeah, this should be fine. This is a single line for loop code. After that, conditional statement in single line print true if I is if 10 is greater than 20, else false. So you can do like this. So this is single line if condition. So these are called as generation. That's it. Comes in handy when you are doing the column wise operation with pandas.
Okay.
Okay. So you can run this.
For I in range 0 to 100, so it gives everything below 99,
Right.
and the step value, by default, step value will be 1 itself, since we are not giving anything.
Yes, absolutely. So so here 10 is it is giving false, it is, so it is giving the else part.
Because 10 is like not greater than 20.
Yeah, you can change it and it will change it. Change it to less than, it
Yeah.
should print true. So this condition you can put it anywhere in a single line. Okay, so wherever you want to assign a value or anything, you can also assign it as a variable, like multiple variable. If it is available, then choose that. If it is not available, choose this, like that. You can make it. Okay. So yeah, example, let's say that you want to iterate through column and then you want to generate the data, whichever is certain condition, then you can put it over there instead of writing multiple lines. So yeah, so these are also part of like that single line statements. So let me share my, we are done with the functions, right? We are not done
Yeah.
with functions, we are done.
Functions, I don't think we haven't done. We have done. I mean, a specific function or any specific functions in
No, just normal functions, like how to write a function in Python.
create a function. Yes.
We
I
have done it.
mean, yeah. I think this is the like we I will give the function name and input parameters,
Yeah.
and
Can you check?
it,
Show the class which we have done. I don't remember like doing it. That's,
I think no, we haven't done the function.
I think like we haven't done. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, I'll do that also. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so let me drag and drop VS Code. This is different folder. Huh? This is different folder. Okay. Oh, again wrong folder. This is. Okay. So this will be day 12. Yeah, this will be function examples dot py. So we have four type of functions in normally we write. So four types of function in Python. We can say like function with parameter, with return. Okay, so one. And then this will be without parameter, and this will be without return, and this will be without. Okay. So yeah, all these things, these are different way to do it. So let's write function with parameter with return. So I'll just create a def. If add, this will take two number value one, or I can just give like yeah, I'll just give value one, comma value two. Followed by that, we can return value one plus value.
Value 2.
Okay. Since the function is returning, just a minute. Give me a minute. Sorry. So, yeah, so we have this, just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. Since we are the function is returning, we can store the data in a variable and reuse it. So this will be like result is equal to add, and it will be, I can send some value here, 23 plus 2, which is going to be 25, and I can print the result. Okay, so this option is only available for function which returns. Okay, so just go to terminal. Sorry. So we have the files day 12. Yeah. So Python space function example. So we get the answer 25, and it is stored actually. So this is how we do it. Inside this, you can write anything whichever you want. So followed by that function without parameter with return. So similar to this. So we are going to recreate a function similar to this thing. So which will be like, so I can just give subtract. Oh, without parameter with return. Okay, so I'll make it as pi. So it will return the value pi, value of the pi, which is 3.14. And I can just store the value of pi here. Pi. And I can just print.
And wait. So value is constant 3.14
Yes.
here.
Pi r, I can just give, let's say the radius is equal to 4 of a circle. I can just like r square, so it will be like 4, sorry, radius dash sorry. Okay, so it is like 4 power 2, which is 4 square. So pi value is 3.14. This is radius of a circle. Sorry, this is the area of a circle. Okay, so normal just thing. So pi value will be constant, as you said. And if I just run this, so the area is 50.24. Just a minute, let's confirm this is square or not. This should be a square. If it is not a square, then yeah. Yeah, it's a square. So you can see here it is square. Right. So pi r square, it's an area of a circle. Okay. Similar to this, we can do what is the next thing? Function with the parameter without return. Okay, so I'll just copy this. So it's not going to return anything, it has a parameter. So a function which does not return any value, we cannot store the data. we can just call the data. Okay, so this function is not going to return anything, but it is going to take the data. So I'm going to make it like a multiplication function. So instead of returning, I have to do an operation here. So that operation will be multiplication. Okay, since the function is not returning, we cannot store the data in a variable and reuse it. Okay, so instead you can just directly call mul. Okay, if you try to store it and print it, it will throw none. If you still try store in retrieve data, it will just print none. Okay. None, like this. This is one thing to consider. So wherever you're calling a function and it is storing it, so mul is required to position arguments. Okay, 2 into 6. So that is 12. Okay, so our multiplication is working fine. So these are the different type of function, and last we have without parameter, without return. So it's not going to do anything. So technically inside the function, you can write a preliminary sets. Let's say that if you are, if before doing the operation, you want to clean the database a little bit or clean the things a little bit. So in this scenario, you can go with without parameter, without return. So we'll just go for like details, and this will ask for the details like without. It's not going to do anything. Inside this, some operation will happen, and that operation will be inside it and everything. So this will be like data is equal to some thing, and the name is equal to input we can get from the user. Enter your name or name. You can store it in the data. Okay, so like this, you can store your name. Sorry, this will be name, some number. So I can just put roll number, enter your roll number.
These are all input things, like it will
Correct.
ask for
You'll get
this one.
the
If we enter that, yeah.
in a dictionary. Okay. So name, roll number, department, enter your department, and then I think this is enough. At last, you can just print the dictionary data. Okay, and you can access it. Or you can keep this even outside also, which you can use it later. So you can just give details. Since we are not storing it, we cannot be able to store and process. Okay. So if I just run this, it will just give me the data here. Okay, just a minute. So ask my name, I'll just give that and roll number, some random number and department C, and it will give me my data. Okay, so as I said, this you can run it as a preliminary. So let's say that this is a common variable, and if you run the function, it will do all the stuff. So you can keep on reusing it every time if you want to get the detail of the person. So you can put it in a
I
function
can
and
use
call
data
it.
from.
Right. So, and the data will be stored in common. If you want to access, you can access it anywhere. Okay, so like that you can do it. So much more that you can do with the function. So it is very, very, very common. So one more thing is there, it is called main function. So main function is where from the function begins. It is where the code begins. Okay. So if underscore underscore name is equal to underscore underscore main. So this is the main function, and the code starts from here. I'll just go ahead and print hi. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this, and everything will work as it is, and it will print hi. So technically, as of now, it is not restricting anything. We are calling the function, but if we have a main function, and if you put everything inside the main function, I'll tell you what happens. So let's comment this, and let's comment this. Let's comment this, not this. Yeah, this and this and this. So if you comment this, everything is actually inside the main function, and everything you have to start it from the main function actually. Okay, so this is how you do this. So your code will start from here if you're running. So that is the use of main function. But if you're not calling any other function, okay, all the functions will be not called. And now let's go for
So why do
library.
we use main functions?
This is where your code will start running if you have. So it is like a structure. So you have all the code here and you can start your code here.
After
It's clumsy, right? So
51.
yeah, you're writing a code and calling again, you're writing a code, calling again. It's a very bit clumsy process. But if you put a main function, it is an ordered process where you will call all the function here.
Okay.
Okay. So that is one thing to consider in function. So next thing is modules. Okay, so now I have a function example. I can import this. From function examples, import addition function. So what happens is the function is here in this file. This is the file name. I'm importing that function. I can call add and I can pass the value. Okay, this will be like some number I can pass. And this will be result is equal to add and I can print the result. Okay.
So we are calling the function which are there.
Yes, yes, in the different file. So this will be modules. And we are getting the output 7. So this function is being taken from here. Okay. So we'll
Yes,
have
but function from example here, like add is a function after
yeah,
import.
we are importing it. So this is the add function. This add function is inside the function example file. We are importing the
Okay,
file
okay.
and then we are adding it. Okay. But if you want to create a module, you should not call the function inside the module. That is one thing you have to consider. Okay, you should not call it
I
inside
should
the.
not.
Yeah, so if you see
Okay.
here, this is a function example, and add
Yes,
function is here, and I'm calling the
yes.
add function here itself.
So you should,
So
we
when I
should not do
import,
that.
yeah, yeah, we should not do that. When I import, you're seeing an output of 25 here. What is this 25 coming from? This 25 is coming from 22, 23 plus 2.
Okay, okay.
So if you don't call this, it will work fine. But if you put this inside a main function, it will not print here. The 25 will not come. Does it make sense? So this is the advantage of main function. So if I call the function outside of the main function, okay, and if I'm importing the module here, automatically that output will show. But if I'm calling the function inside the main function, and if I'm running the function example separately, now my function works separately. So this behaves separately, this behaves separately.
Mm-hmm.
You understand the advantage of main function?
Yeah. Oh, bit confused here.
Okay, I'll repeat again. See, we have a main function. Okay,
Yes. Hmm.
and this is the whole code which has all the functions. Okay,
Yes,
function with
yes.
parameter, everything is here. So I am importing the module here. Okay,
Yeah.
when I import the module, what happens is this file will be executed. Hmm? This file
Hmm.
will be
Hmm.
executed. When this file is executed, what happens is whatever the code is here outside of the main function, it will be executed.
Okay,
So if I
okay.
call the function outside of the main function, okay, if I'm executing the modules example here, it will print the function call which is happening here also.
Yeah, because the function is written there, but we are
Correct.
using it in modules.
Yeah, so the function is calling one time, it is calling here. Second time we are calling it here inside the modules file.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is why you are seeing it here. But
25 and 20.
correct.
And that's why I'm seeing output 25 and 7.
Yeah, 7 is the output from here in this file. 25 is the output of this file. Here you are calling it.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
what I'm saying is, you can still call this function inside the file, which is inside the function example. You can still call it, but when you import, it will not execute it. If you want to do something
Okay.
like that, you have to go inside your main function, and in the main function, you have to call the function of the file. So add function is here. In the same file, I'm writing a main function and I'm calling it. So if my same function is called in main function, and if I'm importing the function here in other file, and if I execute it, now you will not see 25. Now you will
Okay.
not see
Okay. Got it.
25. But if I execute,
Outside the main function, then
yeah, if I execute function example, which is this file, in this file, I'm
mm,
calling the function here, right? Here I'm calling
yeah.
the
So
add
you
function.
get
So technically it should print 25. So if I call the function example, it will print 25 still. So your function will still run if you run the file, but when you do a
but
module, it will not run it.
it is restricted to that one itself. When we
Yes,
use
this is
it
restricted to
inside the
only
main.
this. If and only if you use a main function.
Mm.
If and only if you call it inside a main function. If you don't call it inside a main function, it will execute it.
Okay.
Is it
Got
clear?
it. Yeah.
Very important concept actually this is. So this will be very much useful for you because the data cleaning process and everything, you'll be doing this a lot. So yeah, if I do pass, it will ignore. It is like nothing is inside the function. Okay, so I'll put it here when
Yeah.
you're
Pass
practicing.
break. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Continue.
Let's continue break. So that's it. We are done with the modules and functions. Okay. Uh, that is a function. Let me create a folder inside this folder, K12. Functions modules. Okay, so I'll just drag and drop this, this, this. So everything is inside. So this spy catch is a catch which is created when you run a module. Okay. Second thing that we are going to do today is we are done with modules. Okay. Oh yeah, the import I have not completely finished. I'll just do that once more. So this will be classes and objects. Okay. Example. So here, this is one way of importing. I'll do one more way of importing. Okay. So let's go here and so just import function example. Okay. And then you can call function examples dot multiply, and you can pass the value. Mean5 that like that you can pass the value. So dot mul, you can say function file name dot mul. You can do that. Okay. And if you just run the file, can't open module. Okay, just a minute. Function example. Yes. So why is it okay? Is multiply returning something? Mul. I'll check. I can just keep here. It will show it. It's not returning anything.
Because the function examples is a add one, right? Okay.
No, it will
Yeah.
work. If I, why is it not printing anything? I'm seeing. Oh, function example I'm running. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Module. So now I'm getting 15. So multiply is also working. Okay. So this is one way of importing. And next way of importing is um, um, alias. It's called aliasing. As FE.
FE. Yeah.
Then I can just call it. I'll just put FE.
FE dot MUL
Yeah,
3 into 5.
correct. This is called aliasing. Okay. This is one thing. So you'll get the answer. And one more thing is wildcard. Multi-import. This is first we'll do multi-import. We will do add, comma, what else we have? Oh, sorry. What else we have? We have data details. No. We have pi, we'll call pi, okay? So now I can just print pi, and I can also just call the add. Two functions I can do it. So this will import two functions from there. You can see the pi value, or I can just add it and do it. It's totally fine. So similar to that, you can do wildcard. Wildcard is like importing all the function. Wildcard. So from just a minute. Import star. Now I can call
It
any
imports
everything.
all the functions from
Yes.
that functions example file.
Correct. So I can just call details. So this function is there now. I can call this. It will ask me my details. Shows me the details. Okay. So this is one thing of a function. Yeah, I think like. So are you clear with this function example?
Yeah.
Okay.